Hey everyone. So, I'm going to tear this apart. Thanks to all of you, I have an idea of what I want to do. And I want to say thank you so much. I really was surprised by, how many comments I got, and also great comments. I know someone had recommended a corset, putting a corset on it, which I had never heard of. I did look it up. I don't know that I have enough space on the side to do that. So I'm not going to do that, but I am going to try that one these days. It's really cool. So another one of the recommendations was to turn it into a, well, for the love, what is it called? You know, with the rings, a ring bound. There we go. A ring bound. And I'm going with that because I was getting ready to create a journal that was bound by ribbon. And so I'm still going to do that, but I thought, that's right up the alley of what I was going to make soon anyway. And this will give me some good practice, and maybe, I'll find some tips along the way. Because I've already glued these tabs, I'm going to have to keep them on here, which I think is okay because for a ring bound, you kind of want some extra support anyway. So I'm just going to start cutting this. And while I'm cutting, I wanted to say again, you guys are awesome. You go through, and I'm not giving you a spiel, don't worry, this real quick. You go through life and you meet some stinkers. I don't know what else to call them, just stinkers. And not so much even in real life, but, well, I say real life, not so much personally as, through businesses and different things. You meet some people that are just, I'm going to be nice and just say stinkers again. And then you find a platform like junk journaling, and people are so nice, and I appreciate that. I wanted to say thanks. So I'm just cutting this. Probably not the best move. I don't know, but that's what's happening. So I'm going to finish cutting these little accordions apart, and I think I'm going to have to, when I do that, I'm going to cut these pages apart too, ain't I? Obviously. Wow, I don't think of the obvious when I'm doing things, do I? So I'm just going to try to cut right along the edge here, and with luck, there's no such thing as luck for me. I'm going to say I'm going to do a lot of praying. With God's help, I'm going to be able to cut this where I can keep those accordions. And I think I have an idea of what to do with these. All right, so there's one of them, and I'll even this up. And if I get into the glue where it's not sealed anymore, I will, of course, put more glue. I may end up sewing around some of these now that I'm going a different route. That would work, wouldn't it? That would look good, too. I'll probably round some corners, too. Those are pointy. All right, so just like that, we have our papers. And, of course, this paper, this is a single sheet. So I may end up gluing some sheets to the singles to make them a little sturdier. I don't want to cut my... Got to be careful because I don't want to cut my... goodies off here. Because I think I can use those still. I have an idea. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. I think I can just tear this. And see, I may end up like gluing a couple of these together, something like that. making pockets, or I'm not really sure yet. We're gonna figure this out together. Again, I'm trying not to cut my strings because I have some plans for those. Not sure it's gonna work, but we're gonna try. I'm thinking on a ring bound, it's not, they don't have to be the same size width wise. Yeah, see, I think I can still use that. But my plan is I'm going to cut this and use it like on the edge of pages and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to continue cutting this apart and I'll be back. Okay, so this is all that I'm going to lose, I believe. You know, except for maybe some little bits in between my fibers here that I had on the edge. So this is all that's going to hit the trash. And I mean, it hasn't hit the trash yet because I was sitting here thinking, and I've done this before, you can put these on the end of a paper clip and make a little, you know, frou-frou thing to stick off the side of a page, but I don't think I'm going to mess with that. Of course, again, they haven't made it to the trash, so it's possible something will happen with those. So I've done all the trimming, trimmed the edges up. That's where those scraps came from. And I'm thinking now I want to round all my corners. And it's not a very thick journal compared to what I normally do, which is cool. Let's see, I think, how many pages do we have? 15. So I guess that's, you know, that's about normal. That's 60 pages. Well, no, it's not, because these aren't folded, so that's 30 pages. Love this paper. Oh, wait, here's another one. So this was my front sheet, too. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to round some corners, I think. Or maybe not, because I was going to put some end caps on these, wasn't I? So if I do that, then it's okay, I guess, to do some corner rounding. I've said that 3 times. And I'm going to do some sewing. I'm going to try not to cut off my sari silk here. And then I'm going to be back. I'm going to try to grab my hole reinforcers too, because honestly, I've never made a ring bound journal. To be honest, I never thought I would like how they lay, you know, with the rings there. I thought it would bug me as far as writing or whatever, so I've just never made one. Plus, I didn't like how easily they flop around. So I'm in the process of making one that's actually a fabric cover, and the rings fit really tight. They don't like flop around. So this is going to be all new for me. I haven't done anything like this before. This is going to be a learning curve. Okay, I shouldn't show this, but I'm going to. It's so dumb. I had to. So I sewed around it. I think it's beautiful. Isn't that pretty sewing? And then I sewed my pocket shut. I mean, yes, I completely shut, sewed her shut. Who does that? Me. So, wow. Any suggestions on how to fix that? I guess I just have to rip it all out. And then there's going to be white holes in my cardstock. Sometimes. I mean, I can tell right now this journal is one of those that you think, why'd I even make that? Anyway, I'm going to sit here and tear this out. And I guess put some washi tape over this side. Wow, what a mess. Who really? I just, all right, carry on. I thought I'd show you real quick. I think I fixed it. So I ripped out all of the sewing and then I put washi tape back around the top. What a dingbat. Wow. Okay, note to self, don't sew your pockets shut. Just throwing that out there. Might help somebody like me. Okay, so I went ahead and did the sewing, made my holes, and I did that by first punching the cover. And I went in 2.5 inches from each side because this is a 9-inch cover, and I just thought 2.5 looked right. So I punched a hole, and then after I did the cover, I made a template out of a normal piece of paper the size of my journal sheets. And actually, this is not the size of my journal sheets. Well, that would explain a lot. Look, it's way too big. It isn't even right. Anyway, no, what I did then, this wouldn't work because it was too big because I made it the size of my cover, which is bigger. So then I didn't want to make another prototype. I took my cover and I took the first sheet and I punched holes, drew them on there with the front covers being my template. So I drew them on here, punched them out, and then I took this front sheet and laid it on each of these sheets. And I have saved one so I could show you. And I gotta say, I remember now why I don't like ring-bound journals. And there's probably something I'm missing. I've never made one, so I'm sure there's, a way to fix this. But I hate that these always move around. I wish they would be still. So I guess I was thinking maybe I need to tie something here on the front and the back where it can't slide through it, like a piece of ribbon or I don't know, something. Anyway, I'm not crazy about that. I did go ahead and put on the corner caps, which I didn't glue them so that they can be taken back off if somebody doesn't like them. Because I mean, these things are sharp. I mean, seriously, that's ridiculous. I don't think I like them. I love the looks. I don't like how they feel. They're very sharp. Am I supposed to be smushing them down? Are they supposed to be that sharp? Why do they feel like that? I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to. I don't know. What am I doing wrong? I didn't. All I did was slide them on there, and they were that sharp when I slid them on there. But I mean, they're pointy. I don't care for that. That just seems not right. Maybe I need to fold it down somehow. Anyway, so I pinched them on there with the pliers, and I don't, again. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to use my front template again. And the reason I make a template versus, punching is because I think no matter how hard you try, if you use one or a piece of paper, any piece of paper to punch instead of just draw it on there, I see myself having a big mess. Like it's going to eventually not line up. I'm going to make my holes big, something. So I laid it on just like this, and I drew it inside, like so. And look, I've got 2 sheets. Wow. I'm telling you, I about have my belly full of this journal. it's on my nerves. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish it and do the things because I'm so sick of it. But anyway, so then I took my crocodile and punched my holes. And when I did my first one, I went ahead and set this so that they would all be the same distance from the edge to where I punched the hole. So then I did that, just like this. And again, I have never watched a tutorial on how to make a ring bound journal because I don't care for them. I think it was the perfect fix for this journal that I messed up. It definitely was. But I don't know enough about it. I should probably watch something before I started. So maybe it doesn't need it, but I thought they needed reinforcement holes. So I had a whole bunch of these that I had cut out with my die cut machine a long time ago. And I just took them and inked them. I cut them out of just normal cardstock. I think this was the first thing that got on my nerves, because I guess when I die cut them, I didn't get all the holes punched out. And so then I had to punch each of these little holes to get the dot out. Not that it, look, why don't that come off? So after, I don't know how many of those I did, 400? No, not really, but you can hear the aggravation in my voice with this book. So then I took my little sponge here, and I didn't even re-ink it. I just, whatever was on there, and I just dabbed it on these. And I didn't make sure that it was even, because I kind of liked it being the uneven coated unevenly, I guess. I like that splotchy look. And then I just glued them on both sides. And again, I have watched, I say I haven't watched a tutorial. I've seen parts of them, and I don't remember seeing them put reinforcement holes on both sides. But again, maybe they did. I didn't, definitely not an expert on these. So, oh my gosh, I had that upside down. So I guarantee look, that's probably where my holes should have been. So now this one, oh my gosh. Look, my holes are not right. You've got to make sure everything's facing the right way. Okay, so how do I fix that? I've done it upside down so the holes don't match. Wow. This has been a total thorn in my side. Well, I'm going to go ahead, I don't know why, and glue the two on the back and see how bad it is. Guess I should have erased what I drew. You can see I actually did draw the holes before. I just hadn't punched them yet. We'll talk about showing your mess ups. I have really done it with this book. Wow. What a mess. Okay, let's see how bad this is. Put these back into the front. I had all these big plans I was going to do. Going to sew some photo album pages where there could be, and I still might add them, but where there could be, you know, places to put pictures and different things. Someone asked, do you build journals specifically for a holiday? You know, like Halloween or Christmas or whatever. And they were saying they didn't feel it was worth it for just 1 month a year. But honestly, aside from this journal, see how they're turning? I don't like that. Aside from this journal being a nuisance, I I wouldn't see why you wouldn't want to build, why Christmas only gets built at Christmas. Because I love Christmas. I love Christmas journals. I think they're beautiful. I would use it all year round. And it's not like you can only use it for, Christmas stuff. Yeah, it's for Christmas memories, but you could add to it, throughout the year or whatever. Okay, so it still looks good. Wow, how did that happen? That's weird. Huh. I guess it wasn't enough off that it mattered. So there's that. It looks good. And then on the back, I put the eyelets, I made them red to blend in with this because this was already here. And on the front, I used silver to match the corners and all the silver things. But to the people that suggested fixing it with the ring bound, thank you, because you're right. This was a perfect fix. Now I guess I'm going to have to watch a tutorial and see how to build one of these. Why, how do you get these rings to not keep turning where this big part, ends up in here and everything's stuck and that's on my nerves. So I guess I need to watch a tutorial on how to fix that. Unless you guys don't care to tell me, do I need to, my thought was maybe, put some ribbon, like I said, on both sides where it wouldn't move like that. Is that what you do, or is there some other kind of fix, or are my rings too big? I don't think they are. Look, I mean, there's plenty of room to grow and it moves about freely. But as every time it moves, this goes to the center and I can't get it closed or, whatever. But it is a pretty journal. I mean, look. After I sewed my... Oh, I was going to show you the sheet I fixed where I sewed the pocket shut. Talk about deja vu. It reminded me of home ec when I told you I sewed my pant legs together. It was a lot like that. Here it is. This is how I fixed it. I just put washi tape across there, cut out the notch. But see, there's still holes here. I probably need to put washi tape there too. I'm the kind of person, though, that, see, that's grungy to me and it looks good. I would actually do something like that. Sew around with no string because I like the way that that looks. But I'll probably put something in there. And then one more thing that I'm unsure what to do. See, this is, this drives me crazy. It's already turned. So I need to know how to stop that. These little things. My thought was I was going to cut them and use them as like tabs on the sides of pages, and let the ribbon hang. But I don't think they're going to stay. I don't think I have enough paper left on both sides. Now, some of them I do, but some of them I don't really. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that. See, like this one, the eyelets are so close, I wouldn't be able to fit it onto the page. So I'm not really sure what to do with those. But I would like to use them somehow. Maybe I just need to take them off and do a tassel, but I hate to waste these eyelets. See, this is part of my problem. I just hate wasting things. And then I have all of the papers. This will probably be what I make my envelope this time out of. Something like that, maybe. But I have all of the cutouts that I can't find that came with this paper pack. I think for now I'm just going to stick this stuff in a bag and pretend it didn't happen. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. Okay. Oh, here they are. So it has lots of goodies, the end pieces that would look cool on page edges to make ribbons out of. Lots of ends like that. I love those. And then it has lots of these kind of tags. Ooh, that's a pretty one. It has a lot of good pieces in it. I love the paper kit. I hate what I did to it. I love this journal if I knew how to make it better. Very pretty pieces. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for letting me know how to correct this where I didn't waste these papers. Once I can figure out how to make these stop moving around and maybe what to do with my ribbons and such, I'll feel better about it. And maybe if I just pray about it and go to sleep, and I'll come back tomorrow and I'll figure out what to do with it, and I'll finish it up and it will be for sale if anybody's interested. It won't look like this. I'll do a walkthrough of it if I do end up figuring something out and making it better. But I am going to be making one, maybe two journals, kind of off the cuff or off the hip, or however you say it. I was asked by a subscriber to build a Christmas journal with just things that you have. So that is my next project. This will probably go up, I don't know when you'll see this. Today is, you'll probably see this on Monday, I would think. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope, I'm sure it didn't, but maybe something inspired you. Maybe if I flipped it over, I'll feel better. No, I don't feel... Oh, I am going to put corner caps on the back. I was going to show how I did that. Not like I'm sure everybody knows how to do it. So I just put these on like this. And then I took my pliers and pinched it down like this. And I feel like that's not right, because that is really pointy. Should I have done something different? Ow, that is really sharp. I just don't think I'm doing that right. If anybody can help me with that too. I'm sure I'm doing that wrong. I want to bend it over, but I don't know how. So anyway, if they don't like them, you can get your fingernail underneath there or a letter opener, but I don't know. Something doesn't seem right about that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Ow. And I will see you next time, guys. Bye.